What up, champions? This is Dominik right here in my fantastic, beautiful gym, and this is one of the very rare days off that I have. And today I want to get across a very simple message. Here's the camera. So basically, a lot of the people, majority of people that are watching my channel are probably training something, and you might have been training something that you don't want to train. Let me elaborate real quickly. So sometimes we tend to get inspired and we do a thing, and then without willingly or deliberately choosing so, we continue during that path because people put us in a box and we ourselves slap a title on our freaking forehead. Calisthenics guy, or the other guy powerlifting guy, or the other guy Olympic weightlifting guy. High bar squats are the best, and powerlifting guy, yeah, sumo squats are good, the low bar squat is good, everything else is shit. Then on the other hand, we have the calisthenics athletes. Bodyweight, lower body training, superior squats or weighted squats are fucking shit. Which again, this is not a very happy community. I think especially now with the collective knowledge and so many people trying to do that, we're basically on the same path. We're basically on the path of trying to discover who we are and trying to get better and trying to become a better athlete or a better man or a better brother or a better father or whatever it is. So we're just people trying to improve and maybe get a better quality of life, by becoming better, by becoming stronger, and by looking the way one look. But there's that decision that I think a lot of the times happens unconsciously, and that is that decision of who you are and what you're training. And just to tell you my story on this side very quickly is, when I was a kid, the first thing, I loved movement. I was climbing, I was doing football, playing football, I was like running, sprinting, juggling, everything. I fucking loved it. And then the first thing I loved was like football, soccer, like proper football, not American football. Even though American football is also great, but we're talking about football. So basically, loved football for 4 years, was completely obsessed about it, and then I fucking started hating it because there was nothing new. Once you do something for 5 years, every week, 4 times, 5 times a week, you really fucking train it. After about 5 years, that thing can get pretty goddamn boring. So afterwards, you have a decision to make. Am I gonna be a world champion in this, or do I just want to continue doing this, or do I want to try something else? And that's an important decision that a lot of people fail to make, and it's a very difficult decision to make because, again, you put that title on yourself, which I did as well. I'm a football player, and afterwards I was just like, this is not making me happy anymore. So I really wanted to stop, which my parents did not fucking understand. They was like, well, shit. And people don't usually understand when you change your mind because they want you in that box. They want you to stay there. So the first decision was I want to do free running because I saw free running video. I was like, this is the shit I want to do till the rest of my life. This is it. That was I still remember the exact day when I saw it. And that was fantastic, but it was very difficult to quit and to put a different, because people had me under, I was a football player. You're not a free runner. You're not going to do flips and shit. You're not a circus freak and stuff like that. So it was very difficult to start, but I did that, And then you would think I was not going to be making the same mistake afterwards, but I did. I went into free running, trained free running for about 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah, somewhere there. Got exceptionally good at it. And then, I realized, man, I'm just consistently getting injured. I'm injured 90% of the year because I'm specializing. I specialized again. So I was like, whoa. And then, actually, unconsciously, I made a decision of, I need to get a little bit stronger in my upper body. I broke my collarbone when I did free running, so I need to get a bit more jacked to make sure that doesn't happen again, which I did successfully. So basically, I got stronger, so I started doing calisthenics in order to get better at free running. That was the goal. Started doing calisthenics, started doing some dips. Dips kind of hurt, so I was like, yeah, this is probably working quite well. I did some pull-ups and stuff like that. And shit, man, then completely unconsciously, I realized one day, I still remember, I was sitting on the couch and I was like, shit, man, I'm doing calisthenics 6-7 hours a day. I'm literally training strength and calisthenics and even deadlifts and stuff like that, 6 hours a day. I'm hardly a free runner anymore. And I even had a little bit a smaller identity crisis. I was like, who am I? Man, shit, because I was identifying myself with being a free runner, just like every athlete in this goddamn world, especially the ones who are doing it professionally or really passionately with obsession. They think of themselves as them sport. If you ask Usain Bolt, he would say, I am running. If you would ask, I don't know, Bruce Lee, he would say, I am martial arts, you know. But he would first say he's a human being. Yeah, Bruce Lee was way ahead of the game, man. But yeah, he was actually the first one to realize, man, in freaking 1960s, that we should not only train one discipline. He was like, man, I'm training Kung Fu, but man, this is this awesome stuff that's called boxing, and it's Western boxing, and this is also very interesting and useful in combat. And then he was training Muay Thai, and just tried all sorts of different disciplines, and then put them together and absorbed what is useful, disregarded what is useless, and added what is uniquely his own. And that's just freaking fantastic, man. Bruce Lee was such a genius, and it's a shame that fucking 30 years later we're still fucking debating whether this is better or that is better, or powerlifting is better for strength, or that's better for strength, or assisted chin-ups, or that, or this sport is more difficult than that one, while in reality they're all fucking difficult. Hand balancing is just as difficult as fucking gymnastics, and it's just as difficult as fucking fitness, which is just as difficult as being good at powerlifting, which is just as difficult as being good at Olympic weightlifting, which is just as fucking difficult as being an exceptional free runner, which is just as fucking difficult as being an exceptional parkour guy, which is just as fucking difficult as being an exceptional dancer. And the people who have tried those things, they know it. You know, I don't want to brag, but we know it. Tried a whole lot of shit. But once more, what I wanted to get across, guys, you know, there was a national championship in street workout, and man, I can connect and I can speak with all of them. With the guys who are just doing the freestyle, I can speak with them because I've done that shit. You know, I can go there and speak with the guys who are doing the squats and just the heavy dips and just training for strength. I can speak with the guys who are just training the hand balancing and really love that aspect of it, because I spent time on each and every one of these disciplines, and I've trained that shit for a very long time. I had about 2-3 years of hand balancing when I did just fucking handstands 2 hours a fucking day. I've had times when I trained free running 5 hours a day. I've had times when I was juggling 1 hour a day minimum. I've had times when I can stand on my head. I practice head balancing, hand balancing, gymnastics, free running, parkour, like fucking jumps on the trampoline, like tricking. I'm talking so many different disciplines, and dancing as well, shit, and just a lot of stuff. And that's fantastic, you know. That's absolutely beautiful, because I can connect with more people, and it leads to more understanding and having more fun, you know, and exploring more stuff and having more different feelings and sensations. You know, a lot of you guys are probably hardcore calisthenics athletes right here, but the question is here: do you know how to dance? Can you dance? And there's a lot of different types of dances, you know, so I'm not really, like, it doesn't really matter, but can you dance? Like, when you hear music, can you express yourself through some dancing? And if you don't know that, then shit, you better fucking start, because you're really missing out. You're really, really missing out. I have my friend Claudio, man, he told me one time he does dancing for his warm-up. Like, before he does calisthenics, he goes and does his dance routine. You know, he dances like crazy for fucking 30 minutes and put some music there, and he just feels fantastic. And then he's ready also to do his training, and it's a very realistic warm-up. And dancers are also very movement intelligent people. They have to learn a whole lot of different moves in a week. You know, somebody who's a dancer is not going to have a trouble learning a jab, because that's a freaking very, very simple move. You know, somebody who trains calisthenics and powerlifting and never done any specific movement like that is going to have real troubles learning to box in the future or something like that. So the sooner you start training different disciplines, you take up a little bit of dancing, and then you go and climb a little bit to actually put those calisthenics skills to use. And then you can actually see, oh shit, I enjoy climbing. And then you can actually do it a little bit more and try to get better at it. And at the same time, have in mind, you know, that pursuing, achieving different skills without maintaining them is like sex without an orgasm. So you don't really get a whole lot from it if you don't maintain those skills. So really make sure, even though we are trying hand balancing and you are going into that direction a little bit, and then you're going in a little bit of different direction, you try to increase your mobility a little bit, and then you try to increase your strength a little bit in a different area, and then you try to increase your balance in a different area. So you're moving toward and kind of balancing and juggling between all of those, but still make sure you are maintaining at least some level of skills that you want to maintain, that you've achieved. You know, I've practiced a handstand for about maybe altogether since I was a free runner for almost 10 years. You know, it would be a shame, like, It right now definitely feels effortless, but would be if you completely stop doing it, you will lose it. So make sure to decide how much you want out of a certain discipline and how much you want to maintain it. Actually ask yourself, is the thing that you're doing right now the thing that you set out to be doing? You know, is it still the thing? And not whether it was 3 years ago when you decided, oh, I want to start calisthenics. Right now, ask yourself, is this still what I want to do? If it's yes, then fucking awesome. Then continue, expand, be better. Awesome, fantastic. If you have a feeling, whoa, shit, you know, it's interesting, but it's not enough. If you have this feeling it's not enough, then pick a bigger umbrella and have a bigger umbrella in front of you and try some different disciplines. You can take up dancing. You can try to play basketball, football, volleyball, badminton, try to play tennis, table tennis. There's climbing, like just anything, like, but make sure to, if you're not completely satisfied with where you are currently with your self-development, then make sure to try something else. And if your friends tell you, oh, you're taking up dance at time, fuck you, straight up. Now, I was so happy when the other day, one of the students that I got, the new student on the mentorship, Pedro from Dominican Republic, he was like, I was asking him, we're doing any leg training? And he was like, yeah, I'm a bit embarrassed to say this. I was like, oh, say it, what is it, my man? And he was like, yeah, I just took up a contemporary dance class. And I was like, oh, fuck, man, that's fucking exciting, man. You got some big balls. I always wanted to do that, but man, shit, sometimes it's still a little bit, it's dancing, So I usually practice here at home and teach myself as much as I can. But man, that was just freaking fantastic. I have a lot of students like that who are crazy good in different disciplines. And I'm sure that's because that's what I was doing. So we can connect better. So make sure, guys, to not put a title on yourself. Oh, I'm a calisthenics athlete, I got no legs, or I'm a power lifter, my lower body strength is phenomenal, my upper body strength sucks, I can't do 10 pull-ups to save my freaking life. And it will lead to more understanding, and it will lead to growing a bigger community and becoming, not so harsh against each other, because I feel like there's still so much divide between the fitness community and the CrossFit community and the strength training community and the powerlifting community, Olympic weightlifting. They're all basically doing about the same shit, or with some different parameters, but the movement patterns are fairly similar. So once you try all of them, you can kind of see, okay, this is useful, this is shit, this is useful, this is shit. But make sure to first go and try the actual thing before you decide it is shit, because majority of people do that. They say, okay, yeah, sumo deadlift is fantastic, lower back squat is fantastic, high bar squat fucking sucks. There's no reason to do that whatsoever, until you actually try it. And then you can try it, and then you can be like, okay, yeah, that's pretty good stuff, but maybe I still like the lower bar squat better. Or for somebody, the high bar squat might be, oh, this actually feels a little bit better than the other one. So make sure to try some different disciplines, get out of the freaking box, and try some different stuff. Take up dancing, or take up volleyball, or I don't know, table tennis or something, and join a community and hang around with people a little bit more. Hopefully this corona shit will end soon enough so we can go out there and have some fun and hang around with each other. And what's the best way to hang around than doing movement, than doing something that's actually fun? So really make sure to figure out whether you have a title on yourself. What is that title? Maybe you didn't even put it on yourself, maybe the other people did, but make sure if you have that title to try to maybe expand it, or if you're happy with it, just try to get better. But in each case, I guarantee there's still so much stuff that you want to try and that you have in mind, and maybe you're inspired when you were a kid, but then people told you no and you kind of dropped it. Or right now you have this title on you, so you can't really give that a try. Right now you're a calisthenics athlete, you can't start lifting weights because then people would look at you funny and shit like that. Fuck that shit, So really make sure to try to get better and try to look outside of the box and take on a new discipline. Try it out. If it's fun, then fucking fantastic, then keep on doing it. If it's not fun, then try something different out, and after all, and later on, you will see the patterns and the connections, and you'll just become a freaking fantastic, very capable, very confident son of a bitch. So yeah, get out of the box and try something new. Thank you for your time.